One of the biggest mistakes a home buyer makes is thinking once they close, all their past problems just disappear. If you're buying a home, especially your first home, there's one thing that can provide you protection from things that happened years ago, long before you even found the property. And without it, you could be paying for somebody else's debts, fighting over ownership interests, or even worse, paying thousands of dollars to fix a problem you did not create. I'm Kishore Kapoor, a residential real estate closing attorney here in the state of Connecticut. And every day I share real life stories from real closings about real clients so you can learn from their experiences and hopefully have a smooth and stress-free closing. So let me tell you the story of one of our clients. Client was purchasing a $425,000 property. First offer they put in on a house, which is completely unheard of, but worked out well for them. They got accepted. We moved to contract, did the inspection. There were no issues that were big enough that the buyers asked for any credits or repairs. They said, this is all stuff we can handle. Let's move forward. We really love the house. Great. On to the appraisal. The house appraises at $430,000, so they're walking into the house with $5,000 equity. They're happy. Mortgage companies are almost through approval. They request title. That's my job, where we come in and look at the title of the property. We do a title search, which is looking at the history of the property for the last 40 years, and it is looking for any ownership problems, any debts, anything that affects our new owner's rights in the property. Well, when we did this search on this property, we found an old mortgage. Now, having an old mortgage is not a problem. The problem is that the mortgage wasn't released, and we had no way of proving that the mortgage was paid off. This causes a delay. It also causes our inability to close because there is what's called a cloud on title. It's something that's affecting the ownership interest in the property. Well, it may not seem like a big deal to most people because, well, the debt's got to have been paid off. We can't confirm it. So because we can't confirm it, we have to resolve it. Now, for our client, it worked out. We were working with the seller's attorney. They were able to locate that old release and get it recorded. The downside was it delayed our closing 3 weeks. It happens, but it is something we can resolve. Let's flip to another story. We had a client buying a $450,000 house in cash. So there was no requirement for lender's insurance, and it was a client that was trying to pinch pennies. And when you pinch pennies, sometimes it costs you more. Luckily, the client listened. So he was trying to cut some expenses, and he said he didn't want to get title insurance. Don't worry, I'll explain more on title insurance in a minute, but he didn't want to get title insurance. He felt like it was a scam, it was a waste of money. Well, turns out he bought it, closed, comes back to me a few years later and says, hey, I remember we bought title insurance. I need to put a claim in. I go, okay, well, what's going on? Well, it turns out that years ago, there was an estate. Somebody had died and one of the children did not get notified that A, their father died, and B, that they had an interest in this property. So that becomes a huge issue. The heir was looking for a lot of money. My client did not have the money to pay it. Otherwise, he said he would have just paid it, and I'm glad he did not. But we went back to our title insurance company and asked them to fight this out. Because he had purchased title insurance, he actually was able to almost take a hands-off approach. They ended up working out the issue with that old heir. That heir got paid off, and everything went away. That's one of the major advantages of title insurance. So if you're buying a home and you have questions about title insurance, or you're looking at questions about the closing process, give us a call before you close. We'll be happy to represent you on a closing and answer any questions you may have. So from these two stories, I'm going to give you 4 lessons. Lesson number 1, title problems are invisible. You don't see them, you can find them, but they're invisible because they don't occur when you're looking at the house. They don't occur when you put your offer in. They don't occur when your mortgage company is looking at them. They occur when your attorney looks at the title to the property or does a title search. This is where we discover things like old mortgages, old heirs that were not notified, other problems, right? Missing legal descriptions that outline a piece of the property wasn't transferred, right? Boundary line changes. All of that is discovered in the land records. If that is not done, you buy a house with issues and problems you're not aware of. Yes, you can do that search on your own if you'd like, but you have an attorney, Their job is to make sure that that's done. Now, here's the thing. Title searches reveal a lot, but sometimes things are improperly recorded. Somebody's name is spelled wrong, either on the document or the town clerk misspelled it. The title searcher misses something. We're all human, stuff happens. So that's where title insurance comes in. Title insurance insures you against those errors or things that are just completely missed or not done properly, right? It provides you a level of protection. The one thing with title insurance, it's a little bit differently. We're being proactive. Our goal is to not have as many claims because we want and to do our job beforehand. If we do our job beforehand, we shouldn't have claims. That doesn't mean that they don't happen. We're all human. Mistakes happen. Errors happen. There's a lot of people that hands touch the land records. So we want to make sure everything's in order. Number 3, we want to protect you, right? So in our situation where the client was buying cash, he didn't need to buy title insurance, not a requirement, right? It's completely optional. But if you're buying a house with a mortgage, the mortgage company is going to require that you get a loan. A title insurance policy. And when they get the title insurance policy, it protects them. You're not protected. A lot of clients have that misconception that in the event that I buy title insurance and the lender's covered, they're going to cover me too. No, the lender only cares about themselves. Their lender insurance only cares about the lender. So if there's somebody that's going to claim that they affect the lender's interest, and the lender only has one interest, and that's to make sure outside of you, nobody else has a claim to the property. If their claim is behind them, they don't care. It's only stuff between you and them or before you. So make sure you get a title insurance policy that protects you, right? It's going to protect you in the event that there's an old mortgage when you go to sell that comes up and is an issue. We have that going on right now where we have a client that's got an old mortgage on the land records, and luckily for them that they have a title insurance, we're filing a claim with the title insurance and making the title insurance company deal with it, not them, saving them money and time. And here's the best part of title insurance. It's a one-time payment. You pay it at closing, and as long as you own the property, you are protected. And it grows a little bit in value over time too, as long as you own the property, right? If you transfer the property, with some exceptions, mainly if you're adding a spouse, it's fine. But most of the time when you transfer the property, your title insurance becomes invalid. Before you go, watch the next video that comes up on screen. We handle real estate closings every day, and we've seen just about everything. And this video covers a real situation that can cause wrinkles in your closing. And we talk about how to avoid it. And if you found this helpful, be sure to give the channel a follow because we provide practical, real-life advice from a real estate closing attorney, me.